to announce Bloodborne 2. I've got no one to play this game with. My wife and her boyfriend.
This is my wife and her boyfriend. I have no words.
35, Cooking Mama, Prepare to Die edition.
Sony! FromSoft had nothing to do with it.
10 years of being forgotten. You can't just treat me.
Blake, calm down.
1, a dating sim with Radon and Mikilla called How I Met Your Brother.
No, stop.
No, Fast 2 Furious, a new and exciting racing game.
Yeah. No, he just did. Didn't he just do a video of this?
Fortnite.
It is kind of Elden Ring Fortnite, but it's good. Let's say it. Let's take a guess and say it ended like if that's what it happened. I see why it was
466 BTW.
I'll update it.
It's out and it's given Dark Souls players their hardest challenge yet. Having friends. What an exciting time for sadists, masochists, and BDSM enjoyers everywhere. 3 days after the friend slop genre is created and From Software has already top-ticked it. I can't wait to see all the spreadsheets that come out on how to min-max making friends and defeating the big boss of crippling loneliness. Yeah. Of course I'm projecting. I've got no one to play this game with. My wife and her boyfriend are off vacationing in Galveston.
This is my wife and her boyfriend. I have no words.
So my team's blown, and they won't even give me voice chat so I can harass the randoms that are somehow worse than I am. No wonder this game has a 65% review score. Actually, make that 75%. The Stockholm Syndrome is nicely settling in, and the game is finally finding its target audience. Critics are raving, saying that this is the perfect game for my gay polyamorous relationship. What are the odds? 2 weeks after...
What the hell?
After it releases, and there's already another perfect game for Doom the Dark Ages fans. Still, the question that everybody keeps asking about Nightreign is, why is this not Bloodborne? Well, Miyazaki finally had an answer at the stupid Name Fest, and between you and me, I think he was hinting at a Bloodborne sequel here. Take a listen. Honor. I will make literally anything other than Bloodborne. Hell, I just replaced 80% of the content in Elden Ring with a multiplayer mod, called it a new game, and made $200 million yesterday, baby. I am...
To be fair, he didn't even touch Nightreign. That was one of his underlings was given
Japanese Todd Howard, and you will gobble my slot. I repeat.
He didn't touch it. Calm it down, freaky.
As long as it's not Bloodborne. Domino oregano, Miyazaki-san. The implications of this are staggering. What could this mean for the future of Bloodborne? I'll tell you what it means. It means we're gonna keep getting random references in completely unrelated games for another 10 years, instead of them just finally fucking updating Bloodborne so it runs at 60 FPS. In fact, oh, would you look at this? A Bloodborne skin in Nightreign?
Fleek took that personally.
This isn't fucking funny, FromSoft! No, you stay out of this! They keep doing this! They've been doing this for the last 10 years! We got Bloodborne and go-
For the people that want Bloodborne, you wanna know who you need to be mad at? Sony. Sony owns all the rights to Bloodborne. And they won't let FromSoft use them. Quite literally all Sony. 100% Sony. I'm sure they could do something that would convince Miyazaki to do one more or just to update it. And he probably would. He probably has no qualms at this point. But Sony won't do it. They don't want money.
Goes to Tsushima, we've got Bloodborne and Astrobot. We've got Poems and God of War Ragnarok based on Bloodborne lore. This company, FromSoft, is fighting his own war, and he has no rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of ideals. He trades blood for money. But making Bloodborne run at 60 FPS is completely out of the fucking question. 10 years of being forgotten. You can't just treat me like some Armored Core fan. Which leads me to the obvious conclusion. FromSoft hates Bloodborne fans.
Nope. It's Sony.
They're waiting for us all to die. Let's look at the proof. 2015, Dark Souls 2 Remastered comes out. Prepare to Die? More like I want to cry. What the hell is this? This is not Bloodborne. 2016, Dark Souls 3 comes out. Want to hear something funny? You've been able to run Dark Souls 3 at 60 frames per second since the PS5 released. Oh, Miyazaki, you silly little bitch.
Thank you, Enders, by the way. But yeah, for those who really want Bloodborne, you need to start yelling at Sony. FromSoft would probably have done it by now. If it was them. They would have definitely done it by now that I think about it. Like, they used some of the mechanics from Bloodborne in Elden Ring. And a little bit of them in Dark Souls 3.
2018, Dark Souls 1 gets remastered so that we can see those big beefers in HD. You could have just put them in Bloodborne, I wouldn't have complained. That same year, FromSoft makes a PSVR game where you can make people sneeze. Isn't that fun? They were really doing fucking anything other than Bloodborne. 2019, FromSoft lets Activision publish Sekiro so that they can say they've made one good game in the last 20 years. 2020, they remake Demon Souls even though no one played that game. Some people played that game.
A lot of people played that game. That's why Dark Souls got made.
2022, we get open world Dark Souls. Turtle in a motherfucking Pope hat. 10 out of 10, but 1 out of 10. Fuck that turtle, he's not Bloodborne. 2023.
They use Bloodborne mechanics in that game to show you that they have no qualms making Bloodborne again. And Nightreign literally has Sekiro mechanics, Bloodborne mechanics, Elden Ring mechanics.
FromSoft remembers how to make a fun game. Shame it's not Bloodborne. 1 out of 10. 2024, Elden Ring gets a big DLC. Sick Bloodborne reference there. I remember when Bloodborne got a DLC. 9 years ago! That same year, FromSoft commits their most egregious violation yet. This outright proves that they hate Bloodborne fans because only a hater of biblical proportion would do what they did next. You know what they did? After all these years, someone goes, you know what? FromSoft must be too busy to get around to doing all this. They don't hate us. So you know what? I'll make a 60 FPS mod to tide us all over. So he makes it, releases it, then gets mercilessly slaughtered by FromSoft's
Sony. FromSoft had nothing to do with it.
legal team. FromSoft's lawyers fleeking over the little
It was Sony's legal team. Flake, calm down.
guy had this to say. Fuck him, he's wrong, we're right. Who is this going to? Oh, okay. Don't worry. No one will ever be hurt by that man's love ever again. They will never find him. In other news, we have, bitch, get your working hands off my suit. This is Balenciaga, and your dry-ass hands are gonna soak up the tears of the Cambodian children that made it. We done here? Then most recently in the story, Sony gets in on this gangbang to sell me a PS5 Pro so I can get the smoothest, blurry 30 FPS Bloodborne yet. And what did Sony have to say for themselves? It's about persistence. Did we just sell you less features for $200 more? Yeah.
They did.
But are you poor? I hope not. Who let you in here? And if you think that's bad, that's just the tip. FromSoft's already announced their next 20 years of ignoring Bloodborne. 2026, we're getting Escape from Bloodborne, a new game where Miyazaki goes, hey, you see that game that looks a lot like Bloodborne? Well, it's fucking not. 2027, we're gonna get Dark Souls Barbie Dreamhouse.
What's funny is there was PvP in Dark Souls. I mean, Bloodborne, so... Kinda is.
2030,
Kinda is
Elden
Bloodborne.
Ring movie. 2032, Xbox acquires Miyazaki and uploads him to the OneDrive. 2033, Elden Ring Go-Kart. 2034, Elden Ring Foot Finder, a project in collaboration with Quentin Tarantino. 2035, Cooking Mama, Prepare to Die edition. Now with special recipes from Bloodborne. No time to explain. Same year, Dark Souls Truckers. 2041, a dating sim with Radon and Mikella called How I Met Your Brother. 2042, GTA 6
No,
finally comes
stop.
out. No new FromSoft games this year. 2049, thanks to advances in modern medical science, Todd Howard grows a foot taller than he is now, making him a whopping 5'6". 2053, Shitty Skylines, Dung Eater's Paradise. 2057, Need for Souls, where they add dodge rolling to avoid oncoming traffic. At this point, my balls will be swinging past my knees, and I won't have one more frame than I did 40 years ago. 2061, From Software releases SoulsNet, an AI program that gains control over every country with N-word capabilities. But then one day, this AI goes rogue and starts sending barrages of N-bombs at every city across the world, wiping out 90% of humanity and leaving us in ruin. Bam, bam,
Ruin.
bam. We're all dead. 2062, Lego Dark Souls comes out. At this point, I'm on my deathbed, and as I fade gently into the voluptuous bosoms of the busting nuns waiting to receive me, I'll faintly hear Geoff Keighley's voice in the other room announcing,
"We've got a real special treat for everyone."
me and my wife, Hideo-san, are proud to announce Bloodborne 2. Fast 2 Furious, a new and exciting racing game in the world of Bloodborne.
He dies to that. No!
Voluptuous bosoms of the
Voluptuous bosoms. Alright, I need to go bathroom real bad. I'll be right back. Lego Dark Souls does sound kind of fun.
Poor Fleek, if only he could have held out till 2069 for the Bloodborne remaster.
How dare you insinuate?
It's not coming. It will probably come in a car racing game like Sega did with fucking the protagonist from fucking... What's it called? From the protagonist from Like a Dragon going into like Sega fucking car race game. And apparently Minecraft Steve and Alex being DLC exclusives.